This program is made by MPT to enrich the diverse communities throughout our state and is made possible by the generous support of our members. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Denise Cope, news anchor at WJZ13, and I am thrilled that you are joining us as we honor and thank Maryland's 2022-2023 Outstanding Teachers of the Year. Speaking of thanks and outstanding, with me tonight is the current Maryland Teacher of the Year, Brianna Ross. Thanks for being with us, Brianna, and thank you for representing Maryland's best.
Yes, thank you. I am so excited to be here. It has just been an incredible privilege, and I see we have our famous bowl here with us on set. I am very proud that my name is on that trophy, along with the past 30 Maryland State Teachers of the Year, and we know a new one will be added very shortly this evening.
Indeed. Well, every October, for, believe it or not, almost 3 decades, if you can imagine, I look forward to this annual tradition. And every year, I am impressed by the creativity, the devotion, and the dedication expressed by the exceptional teachers that we have here in Maryland. Really, our teachers, I believe, are among the very best in the nation, and they deserve our recognition, our praise, and our heartfelt thank you.
Absolutely. We know that teachers are at the heart of education change and success, and standing with them are their local education agencies and the Maryland State Department of Education.
And in the midst of the past challenging few years, Maryland welcomed a new state superintendent of schools, Superintendent Mohammad Chaudhry. He has a vision for our schools that has every student succeeding and thriving, and he knows that excellent teachers are critical to reaching that goal.
Hi, I'm Mohammad Chaudhry, State Superintendent of Schools. Congratulations to the 24 local Teachers of the Year honored tonight. There are great things happening in our public schools, I know, because I have lived them both as a student and teacher. Together, we are shaping the future of education in Maryland by enriching student experiences, accelerating student learning, and narrowing achievement gaps. The single most important school-based factor in a student's success is the teacher in front of the classroom. Our Maryland Public School Teachers of the Year are consummate professionals who set an unparalleled benchmark for public service, scholarship, and commitment in their school communities. Their work is felt every day by their students, families, and colleagues. School community members sent in testimonials describing the contributions of our honorees. Here's just a sample of what we heard. Her tireless commitment to the best possible learning environments for children and teachers makes her a unique and powerful practitioner. He truly walks the walk as a servant leader and has left a lasting impression on his former students. Her visionary leadership, passion for multilingual learners, exemplary work ethic, and strong emotional intelligence have inspired her colleagues in ways that have directly translated to innovative educational opportunities for multilingual learners. He has had a hand in molding my son into a young adult that I am now confident will be prepared for whatever choice he makes in the future. Without her, I would not be where I am today, now pursuing the Biomedical Ethics Research Fellowship at Mayo Clinic. The impact of our teachers resonates through our communities and time, touching multiple generations. As change agents, these teachers are joining us as we boldly lead the implementation of the blueprint for Maryland's future and this transformational time for Maryland education. They will help us carry out the blueprint's call to elevate the teaching profession, which includes higher teacher salaries, career ladders, rigorous teacher preparation programs in order to attract and retain the highest performing teachers for Maryland. Tonight, on behalf of the Maryland State Board of Education and the Maryland State Department of Education, I extend heartfelt thanks and appreciation for the critical roles that all teachers have in supporting the academic and emotional well-being of our students. To our 24 Teachers of the Year, our finalists, and soon to be named Maryland Teacher of the Year, thank you for all of your contributions to our state and to the lives of Maryland children. We are Generation Blueprint, and we are transforming Maryland education. Thank you.
And we wish Superintendent Chaudhry the very best as Maryland's education leader. All right, so now Let's meet some of this year's Teachers of the Year. And as a sidebar, now the teachers this year, they recorded their own audio, and we want to thank MPT for your technical expertise in helping them look and sound as good as possible.
Meeting students this year was a humbling experience. My 7-year-olds handled the changes they encountered with maturity and grace. They didn't complain about wearing masks or having to keep their desks apart. Instead, they exhibited excitement toward being back in the classroom and seeing their teachers and friends. Their positive attitudes helped foster a sense of community that remained with us throughout the school year as we all appreciated how lucky we were to be there together.
When I think about the good work I'm doing in Maryland these days, I'm often reminded about my previous teaching roles and how those experiences have helped form me into the educator I've become. The only thing I like better than teaching is figuring out how to be a better teacher. And on this front, I've become a lifelong student. It's something I try to impart on my own 11th and 12th graders, that learning doesn't stop after high school.
My students know that my classroom is a safe classroom. It's a safe environment to learn a new language. My story is their story. I'm also a second language learner, so I know the difficulties, the challenges, and the encouragement they need to come every day and learn in a fun environment where their teacher wants them to do their best.
Changing my ears each day, boundless sense of play, caring for my families, loving my families and my students, trying new strategies, learning from my students, riding the roller coaster of first grade and loving the twists and turns and adventure around every corner.
When I think about my approach to teaching, I think about my 3 most important responsibilities as an educator. 1, creating a safe environment for them to learn. 2, meeting my students where they are, wherever they are, academically, socially, and emotionally. And 3, being their fiercest advocate to give them whatever they need to succeed.
Denise, how lucky are those students in those classrooms?
Indeed.
We know that Maryland's Teacher of the Year program is admired nationally because of our dedicated, generous corporate sponsors. They've been cheering us on through these unusual times, helping us continue to shine. We know that we couldn't do it without you.
Absolutely not. So we have a very big thank you to our presenting sponsors. As always, McDonald's Family Restaurants of Baltimore and Northrop Grumman Corporation. We also have platinum sponsors, Maryland Public Television, NTA Life, a Horace Mann company, and Whiting Turner Contracting Company. And gold sponsors, Bank of America, the Maryland State Education Association, and my very own WJZ-13.
And we are grateful for you, Denise, because you've been doing this for a long time with the Teacher of the Year program. So we are grateful for your long-term commitment and support. All of you sponsors have been very, very generous. Now, let's meet a few more Teachers of the Year.
One thing that I find incredibly important in the classroom is making sure that every student has the chance to learn. Whether this means providing additional supports or extending students beyond the standard, providing them with a hands-on learning experience makes it so that every student has the chance to find success.
The way that I teach and think about teaching has evolved. Originally, I thought of myself as the expert in the room. Now I see myself as a coach in a room full of experts in training, helping my students to believe in themselves the way that I believe in them.
Science is all about getting messy and making mistakes. Not only are we here to learn, but hopefully we have a little bit of fun doing it also. I work really hard to earn my students' respect. I let them know I'm available to talk to either in person or in writing by using the I Need box, but my #1 strategy is a secret. I smile before Christmas.
I emphasize student connection and well-being. While the pandemic generated a lot of uncertainty, our virtual space was a constant. It was a place where we could be our authentic selves and take care of one another. The pandemic has affected every child in some capacity and will continue to have an effect in areas that I don't know the full scope of yet. What I do know is that creating a space for connection so that children can better understand themselves, the people around them, and the world we live in will always be at the forefront of my practice.
Absolutely, and as we just heard, these days, teachers have been facing extraordinary challenges. They have had to learn ever-evolving new technologies, instructional strategies, and lately they've often been required to balance teaching both virtual and in-class settings at the same time. Our Lieutenant Governor would like to voice his appreciation.
I'm honored to join you this evening for the annual Maryland Teacher of the Year special. Thank you to all of our teachers who work every day to make sure Maryland's future is bright. As someone who had a great responsibility of teaching students, I know just how challenging it can be. I also know how incredibly rewarding it can be to shape the young minds that will change our world for the better. It's your day-to-day efforts in the classroom that inspire our students to learn more, dream big, and exceed even their own expectations. I'm incredibly proud of your perseverance and ability to come together to uplift your students and their families. On behalf of myself, Governor Hogan, and our entire administration, we're grateful for all you do to provide our students with the world-class education that they deserve. Thank you, and congratulations to all of tonight's honorees.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and he was so right. These past few years have brought challenges, but they've also brought many opportunities for creative and artistic expression. So now, here are a few more of our Teachers of the Year.
When the school went virtual during the pandemic, I started to realize how much I absolutely love teaching. I've always loved it, but it didn't really matter whether it was across a computer screen or face-to-face. I just needed that daily interaction with my students as much as they did. I wanted to help them learn and grow.
I believe my classroom is a laboratory of sorts, a safe space where children, regardless of their backgrounds, are 1, challenged through their exploration of the material presented to them, 2, given the opportunity to take risks in order to strengthen their abilities or resolve, and 3, a space where they can ultimately experience growth as a result of it all.
I motivate my students by building positive relationship with them. In my classroom, they feel valued and recognized. Mistakes are expected, respected, and corrected. They can make mistakes anytime. I build their confidence and self-esteem to work harder.
Building relationships with students is a lot of fun. I like to do so by asking them a variety of unique questions, like what would it be like to live on Mars? Would you make your art on Mars? It's a lot of fun. We get some very unusual answers. It breaks the ice, it lets us giggle, and we get to know something new about each other every day.
Such great teachers. Well, while this is a wonderful broadcast, we are delighted to be here together. We do look forward to the day when we can gather again in our fancy clothes and celebrate our teachers in person, maybe next year, because teachers need more praise, more support, and more money.
More money.
Yeah. Well, I can't do much about the money part. The Teacher of the Year celebration is all about praising you for the valuable work you do in the classroom each and every day. Your impact is lifelong, and the students you teach today may be the leaders that we need tomorrow to tackle the challenges of a world in crisis. We want you to know that we recognize that responsibility, and we are here in gratitude to offer our support. So let's meet some more Teachers of the Year.
Seeing my students for the first time this year felt like coming home after a long vacation. Although we experienced new things while away and apart, it is always better to be home where we are comfortable and can be stronger together.
Fueled by my passion for teaching, I have retained the heart and vision of a child. My students can feel my enthusiasm for learning in every lesson. This helps me personalize instruction in a deliberate, flexible manner to ensure that every student can master fundamental concepts. Engaging students in real-world learning is effortless when viewed through the heart of a child.
Teachers are superheroes as we button our capes and we strive to find our inner superpower, which promises our students a brighter future. My kids get a daily dose of enthusiasm and excitement as we twirl our way through learning, take risks with new ideas, and dance, chant, and sing our investigations comfortably because of the relationships that have been built.
Building meaningful relationships with students simply starts with truly seeing each student as an individual with different strengths, needs, and desires. And when we see each individual student as an individual, then we are able to capitalize on those differences. Because to be seen is to be heard, to be valued, to be counted. It means to be appreciated and to be celebrated.
Well, over the years, I have learned that this program depends on an incredible panel of judges representing many education organizations across the state. They spend hours reading lengthy application packets and then interviewing each of the finalists. So on behalf of the Maryland State Department of Education and the Maryland Teacher of the Year program, thank you, judges. So now, let's meet some of our finalists.
What I feel stands out about my instruction is that I meet the students where they are. When I greet them as they enter the classroom, I'm taking a pulse on whether they're ready for instruction or not. And I adjust my content accordingly. If I feel that I need to slow down, I'll put part of my instruction off to the next day. But it's all about the students.
We have to remember what my students cheer on the carpet every day. We are smart, we are brave, we can do anything. I am ready to lead. You are ready to lead, and we are ready to lead. So let's go!
I listen to them, I check in with them on a daily basis to see how they're doing. I ask about their families. I maintain consistency and routine in my classroom during a time which has been anything but consistent. And above all, I remind myself every single day that these are children. It's been hard enough to deal with this pandemic as an adult. And so I just remember to always meet these kids with love and compassion.
I found in my experience that students learn best when they're in a small community. In order to motivate students, I think most importantly, you should have positive relationships with them and then do everything possible to connect what you're learning in the classroom to things they already know and things that they're passionate about.
My goodness, what a fabulous group of teachers. You can really see the passion that they have and the joy that they have for the work. Now, I can remember how you guys felt a year ago. This time last year, I was at home in sweatpants with my family watching, so I know the anxiety you are feeling. So let's get right to it. Here are our remaining finalists.
One of my favorite parts about being a special education teacher is that I'm truly everyone's teacher. Therefore, I rarely get to meet my students for the first time. I'm gifted the opportunity to grow alongside our students with and without disabilities as they progress through elementary school. I'm honored to experience their entire journey year to year. I warmly welcome them as kindergartners, continue to learn beside them throughout their entire journey, and then celebrate them as they graduate to middle school.
I am a joyful science nerd. I truly enjoy every opportunity I have to step into the lab with my students and explore the wonders of science and medicine. While I am a planner, I do appreciate a good serendipitous scientific detour where we get to explore based upon our interests, and that often yields the largest learning outcomes and the most joyful memories.
Students are weighed down by insecurity. They doubt themselves before they even start.
My class is a journey. Students have to work together, but they get to a place never expected. I learn so much from my students as they develop skills, learn content, and make the big connections. The journey becomes doable. Motivation's no longer the question.
All right, there you have it. We've met the Teachers of the Year, so now it's time to talk about what those teachers are going to get. For all 24 teachers, citations from Maryland's General Assembly and the Governor's Office, as well as national honors. They may even have a chance to tour the White House. This year, they'll have the opportunity to visit Smith Island on a special retreat sponsored by Northrop Grumman and the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Northrop Grumman also engages our teachers in several STEM activities. And with the help of McDonald's and our partners, the teachers will enjoy a retreat in Western Maryland. And each of the 24 District Teachers of the Year will receive a monetary award of $4,000 from the Maryland State Department of Education. Brianna, that's important money.
That's important. That money comes in handy. I was so honored to make remarks to the Maryland Senate as they recognized the Maryland Teachers of the Year. And I absolutely loved that day on the Bay. I know you guys will too. We were all honored on the field by the Orioles, and I even got to throw out the first pitch. I did make it to home plate. That was important.
That's really big. Okay. All right. As you see, it's a great time. And now here's some big news. The Maryland Teacher of the Year this year, the winner, will receive an additional $6,000 from the sponsors. And once again, this year's State Teacher of the Year will enjoy a week in Washington meeting the President and the First Lady with the other State Teachers of the Year in the Rose Garden. And NASA's Space Camp is in the winner's future as well. Brianna, I know you got to do that this past year.
I did get to do that. My week at Space Camp was absolutely incredible. It was a wonderful time to bond with my cohort, and I even got to meet some real astronauts.
All right. So, do you have any additional words of advice for the people sitting out there nervously waiting to hear?
Oh, my goodness. I know that you guys are all nervous, but let me tell you, you have an incredible year in store. I have spent these last 12 months traveling across the state, traveling across the country, sharing my experiences in the classroom, learning from other teachers about their practice, and engaging in high-quality professional development. I've even had the opportunity to speak and connect with educators, not just in Baltimore County and the state, but across the world. This summer, I traveled with the nonprofit organization Reimagining Migration to Berlin, Germany for an international conference that was geared towards understanding how to share and support student stories of migration. All of these experiences have allowed me to meet some of the most respected and dedicated educators from across the country. Denise, let me tell you, my 21-22 cohort, they are phenomenal. From Lindy Krischer of Garrett County, who is a computer science champion, to Dustin Thomas of Wicomico County, who founded the nationally recognized program Rhythm and Roots. Those 23 teachers, first of all, I miss you guys. They are the most passionate and innovative educators that I have ever had the pleasure of learning from. I've also been fortunate enough to be a part of the national network of State Teachers of the Year. Together, we've traveled to Washington, D.C. to visit the Department of Education and the White House, and I'm looking forward to celebrating the end of an amazing tenure with them in L.A. for the National College Football Championship game. Among all of these things, nothing has brought me greater joy than representing and advocating for education in Maryland. These last 3 years, we all know, have been met with uncertainty and unexpected challenge, but the teachers in Maryland that I know have moved with remarkable grace and dignity, and they have continued to demonstrate a tireless commitment and unwavering dedication to our students. So, to the teachers in Maryland, thank you for allowing me to represent you. It has truly been my honor.
Well, we are so lucky. We are so lucky to have you and all of your cohorts, as you call them, and all of the teachers out in Maryland. All right, and we thank you for being an amazing educator. I know you're continuing to do that, and working on behalf of the students in Baltimore County and all of you, the state of Maryland. Once again, in alphabetical order by county, here are the finalists. Anne Arundel County, Charles Whittaker. Baltimore City, Berol Dewdney. Baltimore County, Alicia Freeman. Frederick County, Jonathan Kurtz. Harford County, Ashley Girelli. Washington County, Elizabeth McDonald. And Wicomico County, Rebecca Mathews. And then I have the envelope, and I have to open it, and I have to read the name. Deep breath, and the winner this year, Maryland's Teacher of the Year, Berol Dewdney from Baltimore City.
There is nothing I believe in more than the unstoppable power of students and teachers, and that we will build a world that is worthy of their greatness by elevating their leadership. This honor belongs to them. To my students in Baltimore, I love you more than anything. To every student in Maryland and America, you are the revolutionary leaders that our world needs. To every teacher, to the educational warriors who have made and make me better, to the families and the communities that I have been so lucky to learn from and serve, to every soul who works in service of students in Maryland and America, thank you. I am deeply and forever humbled to work alongside of you, and I know that we will rise to the challenges of this moment and go show the world what is possible. We are ready to lead. We will do so with love. And just like my pre-K students say, we are smart, we are brave, and we can do anything.
Yay! Berol, a huge congratulations to you. We are so proud of you. You embody excellence, and I am confident that you will have a phenomenal journey as our state representative. Best wishes to all of our Teachers of the Year, our many friends and education colleagues, and to our viewers. Stay healthy, stay happy.
Absolutely, and thank you to Maryland Public Television, to the Maryland State Department of Education and their partners, and to all the dedicated and talented teachers in Maryland. Remember, teaching is the one profession that makes all the other professions possible. Good night.